Ah, yes. Congratulations to Milwaukee. And we have Bill Reiter on set. We always love that. All right, just sort of the general thing. Milwaukee wins. What is the legacy of this game, this team, and this title?
This is one of the great performances we've ever seen in finals history from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And give him credit, not just this game, but every game since they went down 2-0. He announced his domination, his place among maybe as the best players in the NBA right now.
Look, I say it till I'm blue in the face. I say it all the time. I must say it 100 times in a calendar year on any show, network, radio, TV, whatever. It is not a series until the home team loses. This is not a series until Milwaukee broke through in Game 5 on Phoenix's floor and then had to try to win it at home in Game 6. What did Giannis just accomplish?
He just single-handedly brought a trophy, an NBA trophy, to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And look, Drew Holiday played great defense and is the part of the reason that they broke through in that game against Phoenix. Chris Middleton had big moments in this series, but it was Giannis and Giannis alone who was the best player on the floor every single night for the Bucks. And I think in the entire series, and you referenced, EK, the 17 of 19 from the free throw line. I know we don't often talk about the notion of being clutch in hitting free throws over the course of a game, but for Giannis, who's been awful, who had the chance, who's been called for fouls or called for a penalty of not shooting in 10 seconds, doing what he did, that difference is one of the most clutch things we've seen in the playoffs in a very long time.
16 of 25 from the floor.
Incredible.
So 64% from the floor, 17 of 19. That is basically, I mean, just about 90% from the free throw line for a guy who looked lost at the free throw line at other parts in the series, but is absolutely huge. Like, I'm absolutely stunned he went 17 of 18 from the free throw line and then missed one in the last few seconds to make it 17-19. I am stunned. Like, I can't remember the last time somebody did something over and over and over in a game, and I'm that surprised. Am I overselling that?
No, you're not. This is his biggest weakness. It's the thing he does not do well. You want him at the free throw line, and his ability 17 out of 19 times to go to the free throw line and hit them again and again and again. It is a perfect representation of the way that he literally willed probably a less superior team. They're the better team now, right? They're the champions, because Giannis willed his team and did things on the floor, those free throws included, that Chris Paul couldn't do, that Devin Booker couldn't do, that DeAndre Ayton couldn't do in the end combined. I know we say this, it's Jordan-esque, it's LeBron-esque, it's Wilt-esque, it's Magic-esque, it's Kareem-esque. It's that remarkable.
Yep, he's got 2 MVPs, and now he has a title. Before I get to Phoenix, let's just wrap it up sort of here. True or false? Tonight when we go to sleep, the best basketball player in the planet is Giannis. Better than Kevin Durant, better than LeBron. I'm not talking about it was his year. I'm saying right now, for one day, when you go to bed tonight, is Giannis the best basketball player in the world?
Hard pause, because normally I don't want to be a captive of the moment. Absolutely true.
Yes.
You've got the block, you've got the dunk, you've got the free throws, you've got, what, 50, 14, and 5 blocks in this game? Yeah, he's not just the best player on earth when I wake up tomorrow. When you wake up tomorrow, he's the best player when we wake up in August, in September, in October, in November. He has announced his level of excellence, what he's about, what he can do at the highest levels of the game. There's nobody better right now.
All right, now to Phoenix. How am I supposed to feel? I don't mean in the moment right now because it stinks, so I'm a fan, right?
Right.
We just lost. How do I evaluate this season? We got to the finals. We hadn't done that in a long time. You know, everybody we played was pretty beat up. We were up 2-0 in the finals, and then we sort of, and I got to feel like I can't watch highlights of this ever because this was a series I felt like I could have won. Booker was not good. Chris Paul was not good in big chunks of the series. Not completely in the series,
absolutely right,
but big chunks. And Booker, he was getting stripped too often. He was complaining and looking for fouls too often. Chris Paul was just not there in certain spots. How do I feel once the dust settles? How should I feel about this season as a Phoenix Sun fan?
DeAndre Ayton was insouciant for huge stretches of the game. I want to answer the question. It depends how you can respond. This is the kind of thing that can break a team and that can break the belief you need going forward. In most situations, you'd say, incredible run, young core outside of Chris Paul. You're going to learn from it. It's going to make you better. I think that's true for the Atlanta Hawks, who never got here. But this is heartbreaking. You had the series. You gave away games. You gave away that game where Devin Booker got stripped by Drew Holiday in Game 5. And everything we saw that you talked about speaks, I think, the complaining by Devin Booker, the way Chris Paul has carried himself in the past and in the series, DeAndre Ayton being just lackadaisical, not interested. It speaks to the inability to handle some of these moments. And nothing that we've seen, to me, suggests they're going to learn from that. Now, if they do, they'll look back. It'll be a building block. But I think likely the way you feel is devastated, and you gave away not just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but a whole lot of belief that's been squandered that you need to get back if you want to get back to a place like this one.
Do you think Phoenix will be the favorite in the West to get back next year, or one of the short favorites with, say, the Lakers, assuming they're going to be healthy, and maybe Utah if they come back? I mean, what is
Clippers
Phoenix,
if Kawhi's around?
What's Phoenix's like sort of place here coming off the loss? I mean, we did a lot of Milwaukee as the winner, but sort of sum up Phoenix right now and going forward and what went wrong in this series in the last 4 games.
I think they'll be projected to be, let's assume Chris Paul comes back. He has a player option. It's for a whole bunch of money. The presumption is he will, but you never know. If Chris Paul is back, they're a top 3 or 4 team in the Western Conference, maybe higher. They probably have the 4th, 5th, 6th best odds in the NBA to win an NBA championship, 3rd or 4th best in the West. Teams like Brooklyn and Milwaukee will be higher in the Eastern Conference. But I think it comes down to the fact that you have to see how they respond as a team and whether they can learn from this. They gave away opportunities in this series through a lack of hustle at times, a lack of protecting the basketball, not running their offense, taking bad shots. Those are things you can correct. But that's easier said than done when you've had your soul ripped from your chest by the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, they're going to believe they should have won this series.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be looking at what went wrong. If I'm a Phoenix fan, and we were up 2-0, 10 days ago, I felt a lot different if I was rooting for the Valley of the Sun. Give me a grade for the finals. Just give me a grade and an explanation. If you're going to grade this final, A-, and why? Go.
Well, it's how it ends. It's like any novel or any movie. It's how it ends. That was an incredible ending. And the fact that Giannis, I think, is one of the guys you can really root for in this game. He's likable on camera. He's likable behind the scenes. I think Milwaukee, and you saw the 60,000 fans who were surrounding the arena. That's a real thing. I'm from that part of the country. They call it flyover country. I love it when these sort of moments come to that part of America. And the fact that Giannis is one of the great players in the game, just gave one of the greatest performances. Really, it's not exaggeration. One of the greatest performances we've seen in finals history, let alone a closeout game. That is a hell of a series. There was some ugliness that got us here, but a thrilling ending, an incredible narrative for Giannis. Great finals.
This was a guy that at the start of the finals, we didn't know if he was going to be even playing.
Right.
And we didn't know how much he could give his team. And he ends up putting on one of the great and dominant performances we've ever seen. The back-to-back 40-10s, joining Shaq on that short list. And then in the clincher, nobody's ever scored more than 50. Bob Pettit had 50 back in 1958, I believe.
It's old school.
But nobody's had more than 50, and he put up 50 here. So this, to me, is the Giannis finals. All right.
Yes.
Now, I always like to end with sort of the global picture. We bring everybody in, not just the Bucks fans, not just Phoenix fans. You know, in the NCAA tournament, you got to get hot for 6 games, right? You got to be hot and healthy, and not necessarily the best team wins. It's a tournament. The NBA playoffs is a tournament. Did the best team win this year?
No, but as a GM told me 3 months ago, well before the playoffs began, it wasn't going to be the best team that won the whole thing. It was going to be the best, healthiest team. This is one of the best 3 or 4 teams in the NBA. They stayed healthy, and to your point, maybe Giannis wasn't healthy. We'll find out later. But whatever was going on, he gutted through it. He played at a high level. They're the worthy champions, but in a year where injuries defined everything, the best team may not have won, and I don't think it matters more.
Yeah, no, I think they deserve the title.
Absolutely.
Nobody's saying otherwise. But sometimes, look, Kevin Durant's an inch back.
The Nets, the Lakers, pretty good teams.
Right, the Nets probably win the title. I mean, we're that close, and we have a deserving champion because this is a tournament. It's not anything else than that, and they won the tournament, and they should have won the tournament. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks, first championship since 1971.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.